Okay, it's 2 o'clock. It's ready to start.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim.
And I'm Chris.
And we're Geeks on Tour. We're technology for training for travelers. We live in a motorhome. It's in service right now. It's up in Tampa, and we're staying in the townhouse in Fort Lauderdale, where we have really good cable internet connection. So I'm hoping this thing will really go smoothly. We've been using our cellular connections in the past to do some of these, and it's worked out okay, but we're hoping that this will be better. So these webinars using Google Plus Hangouts on Air are recorded on YouTube as we go through these things. So they're automatically recorded, and they'll be up there available for everyone to go see on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, geeksontour.tv. See the link in our website sidebar, and members get to watch the Collages short course. We have a short course of tutorial videos on our website, and if you're a member, you get to view all of those tutorial videos. So, Chris, are you about ready? You ready to show us some collages?
Well, I wanted you to actually show them that screen on our website. You know, how do you get to the Picasa, the Collages short course on our website?
Well, then let me just share the screen, and I'll use this one over here, and I'll start the screen share. You should see my screen there. Now I'm just going to open up a Google Chrome and go to our geeksontour.tv website. And what am I looking for?
Learning Library. We're looking for the Collages short course in the Picasa area.
Learning Library.
So Learning Library, and then just click on Picasa.
Picasa.
And I figure collages are part of sharing, or they're also special features. So you can click on either the sharing section or the special features, or you're just going through them all there, Jim. And the short course on collages is number, what is that? 73? Okay.
And notice here it says members only content. That's not a problem. Right up here you need to log in with your username and password. All right. And log in. Okay.
Now, we are going to be showing you collages live on this webinar today, but we wanted you to see how you can get a lot more detail, a lot more learning with this Collages short course that is a collection of 8 videos plus a printable reference sheet. Okay. And that's all part of the membership on Geeks on Tour.
Okay.
All right, so sure. So we know that I think videos are the easiest way to learn, and you can go back and watch the videos time and time again, but I know a lot of people really want to have something written in their hands to refer back to. So as part of this Collages short course, I made this just 2-page kind of cliff notes, quick notes on what was covered in the videos. Okay, so those are the videos, and let's see, is anybody, I'm seeing a few people say, I see you. Boy, you guys are better at this than I am. And you're using the letters I see you. Somebody said a refresh did it. They weren't seeing it yet, but a refresh did it.
Refresh does it, okay. Do a refresh when you get a chance.
Okay, so welcome to Earl and Fran and R. Paskey. And still, those of you who are listed as just guest and a number in the little chat box, you can erase in the white box where it says guest, and you can type your own name. Okay, we ready for me then, Jim?
Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's go right on into it. And
Okay.
you're going to just show us collages.
I'm going to show you collages. That's right. And if you have any questions as we go along, we're also, if you see either Jim or I, look to the side. It's because we have another computer set up that is showing exactly what you're seeing, and we can see the questions. So we'll try to notice when somebody writes a question. All right, I'm just going to jump into collages, so I'm going to start to share my screen. Instead of you seeing my face, I'm going to have you see my Picasa screen. So there we are. And this, I'm using my real computer rather than our separate seminar computer for this, because I just wanted to make sure I had everything that I'm used to, but that means I have really too much. Okay, so why do you want to make a collage? First of all, I want to talk about that just for a minute. Let me find, these are all my collages. I use the collage feature all the time. So I want to find that one. Here we go. So this was in the promotion for this webinar. There's 3 separate collage examples. And the first one is of some time that we spent up in the Black Hills of South Dakota this summer. And so why did I want to make a collage of that? Well, we took so many pictures, and I wanted to be able to send like my mom a picture, and I didn't want her to have to thumb through several different ones, or I want to put them on my blog, or you want to email it to somebody and you don't want to have them to look through a half a dozen or a dozen different pictures, so you want to put them together into one. And this one is using the feature called a mosaic. And so this is the one I'm going to show you the example of first. And by the way, we're going to go pretty fast. We're going to try to keep it to a half hour. We might go 45 minutes, but know that this is recorded and anybody can watch it afterwards. We also started a forum post that discusses this, and whenever I mention something else, I will put a link to that in the forum post. So let me get to it then. So back to library, and I need to find all those pictures we took in the Black Hills this summer, and that was in June. So I can look at my folders over here on the left, and I can find 2013-06 for June. And there are all the pictures we took in 06. There's 488 of them.
Wow.
So that's way too many to look through. I only want to see the best ones. Now, there is a way to specify your best ones by putting a little gold star on them. This gold star down here puts a little gold star. I don't do that very often, though. I probably should. But what I do, I upload all my best pictures to my Picasa web albums, and they're indicated by this little green arrow. So I'm going to tell Picasa, hey, I don't want to thumb through all these 488. I just want to be looking at the best ones, and those are all the ones that were uploaded. Up here in the top middle, there is something called filters. I'm going to click on the little up arrow that says filter my pictures to just those that have been uploaded to my web albums. So I click on that, and now instead of 488 pictures, I'm looking at 102. That's a little more reasonable. Now I want to pick 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 to put on this collage. Well, this Boot Hill Cemetery was good, so I have to select them. Now, normally, if I select a second one now, what happens? The first one gets unselected. So, Jim, what do I do? Are you
Well, there's
listening?
a lot of different ways. I am. There's a lot of different ways that you can choose multiple pictures. Don't laugh at me. Okay. Just like any other Windows program, you can click and hold the control key while you're clicking your pictures that you want to hold. Then there's that little push pin down there in the
Yes.
selection tray. You can use that. So you select it and push the button, the pin button, to pin them down there. That's the way I like to do it. That way you can go across different folders and you're not going to lose anything. They're always pinned to the selection tray and you got it there. So
Yeah, so what he's talking about right now, I am holding down the control key to add a picture to the selection. The selection tray is down here in the bottom, so I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pictures selected. But if I happen to want a picture from another folder, so now I'm down into the May, even if I hold down the control key and click, watch what happens to my selections. They go away. It's only one. So, as Jim said, the best way to hold pictures in the selection tray is to click on this little pin. Now you can select them from anywhere, from whatever folder you want, and after you
and you
click
don't lose any.
the, the pin, then they stay there. To clear them, then, you need the 0, the red circle. I'm going to clear the tray. Because as it happens, I am making this collage from pictures in just one folder. So I can do it the quick way, click and hold down the control key and click on another one and click on another one. And then we did this great train ride through the Black Hills. And had some good pictures here of the train. And then we went to the Crazy Horse Monument. And of course, no trip to the Black Hills is complete without Mount Rushmore. And we got some good pictures of Mount Rushmore. We even stayed there for the evening ceremony. So how many pictures do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's good. Now all I have, that's too many? Well, I'll show you how to delete some if it's too many. I have this collage button down here at the bottom. Now, many of you might not have that button. No problem. You can use the Create menu and Picture Collage. If you do want that button down at the bottom, there is a video in our tutorial series called Where'd My Buttons Go? And it's under Tools and Configure Buttons is how you get back there. So I'm going to create picture collage, and it automatically makes a collage out of the pictures that are in your selection tray. Then there are several options. If you do this and you've never done it before, it'll probably come up to this option called Picture Pile. And that's exactly what you get, a pile of pictures. And there's some cool things. You have complete control here. But I've learned when you give me complete control, you end up with a mess. So I tend to like using the mosaic style. That means Picasa will arrange them nicely based on the size and dimensions of the picture. But there's still lots more options. Grid spacing. Notice how these are just butted right up against each other. Grid spacing opens up a little line in between them. And then these are almost all the same size. I like them to be different. And I found that changing the page size makes each individual picture size. So let's say I want to make this a square. And notice how it's totally rearranged them all. And I like that better. I have 4 big pictures and 8 little ones. Now, if I should decide that Mount Rushmore should be all of the big ones, I can swap pictures. So if I just drag this upper right one over here, those 2 pictures will swap places. Or if I want Crazy Horse in one of the bigger pictures. There we go. And I want the train with the person's hand waving out the window to be one of the bigger ones. There. I like that. There's lots more options, but that's what we'll... Now, Jim said this was too many pictures. Let me show you one other thing. So this one is just of the signs where there's no way you can read the signs. I don't need that one. So you click on it and you can click remove. All right, now that's changed the format all around again. And
way to go. I guess you're going to blame that on me now, huh?
Let's see if going to a 5x7 layout. Ooh, I really like that, to put Mount Rushmore in the real big one. Now, if you know what you want to print this on, if you know that you want it printed on an 8x10, then that's a reason to put it in an 8x10. And then you can manipulate the sizes by recropping your pictures. But I play around with these just to get the layout that I like. Okay. And I think I like that one right there. So when you're done, you click Create Collage. And what this is doing is creating a whole new picture. Now, you still have those 12 original pictures untouched, but you now have this 13th picture that is a combination of all of them, and it is a new JPEG. Now, what if you see something that you want to change after you're in here? Like on this one, I don't like that statue's head is getting cut off. All you do is click on Edit Collage, and even though this is a JPEG, like everything else with Picasa, you can go back and make changes after the fact. So I can move that, swap that with that. His head is still cut off. Okay. How about down here? Still cut off. All right, that means I have to edit it. So that picture, view and edit, and recrop it so that we know it's going to be something that will keep his head intact. Apply, and then go back to the collage. See, the collage is just a tab waiting here. That's better. Now I create collage again and replace existing. Text. Text is a wonderful feature of Picasa, and since this is now a brand new picture, just like any picture, you can add text to it. As soon as it's done, there we go. So just by clicking on the text button, and you can type anywhere, a day in the Black Hills. And after you have it typed, you can then move it around, you can resize it, you can change the color of the text. And this is all. There are other videos and I will put a link to those tutorial videos in the forum message. But no matter what I do with this text, it's just not very visible. Well, actually, I could probably put it up there and make it black. That's not too bad. All right, yeah. In fact, I think I'll leave it at that and go on to the next one. So I need to finish the text, I can click Apply. Okay. But now you might wonder how, in this past example, how did I get this black border down here to have a space to put in this text? And that's actually on the picture. So when you print this, when you email it, when you make a gift out of it, that text will be there. How did I do that? Okay, I'll go back to the collage I was just making, And it should be, I have to click back to view all. And then in the collages area of my projects section over here, notice I have 173 collages. The one I just made should be the last one. I went too far. There it is. All right, I want that black border at the bottom. That's on the very last tab over here, and it's border. And all that did was put a thin black border all around the edge. But if you use this slider for caption height and increase the caption height, that gives you the border down at the bottom. And apply. Now, just by clicking on that text, it makes it editable again. I can drag it down to the bottom. I can, how's that? Is that good? No, Chris, that's not good. Black on black isn't seen very well. So I come over here to the left, I change the text to white, and I'll make it bold, and I'll grab that little orange handle and make it a little bit bigger.
Oh, that's much better.
You like that? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And apply. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then I'll hand it over to Jim for a little tip. And then
me first. Me first.
You first?
No,
you want to do your tip now? No? Okay. So back to these examples. So what I just showed you is how to do a mosaic type of collage. Next is the picture pile type of collage, and we are going to use some pictures from taking the grandkids to Disney. That's an experience that everybody has to have. Oh, I'm seeing a question over here in our chat box. Do the collages transfer directly to send out cards? Well, the end result of the collage is a JPEG picture file. So you use it just like any other JPEG picture file. You upload it to your send out cards or to whatever program you want to use it in. Now I noticed somebody above said lost video and audio.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So we apparently have questions going on the thing itself, and then we have the chat box over here. Okay.
Okay, well, hopefully whoever lost the video and audio will get it back. Maybe try refreshing, or it could be your internet connection. And this will be recorded afterwards and for anybody to view. Okay. All right, I'm going to do a picture pile collage. So I need to go back to my library, and I need to find those Disney pictures. That was in 2012, Disney 2012. And once again, I have 207 pictures. Hey, we were there for 2 days, right? 100 pictures a day. That's pretty.
Yeah, really. That's pretty normal.
That's pretty light, actually. But once again, I am going to filter to just those pictures that I uploaded, so I see what I consider the best. Oh, good. R. Paskey, I see you got it all back. Okay, so filter. And I want this one that says Magic Kingdom. Let me show you the thumbnails in a little bit bigger size too, so you can see what I'm choosing. I think that Magic Kingdom will be a good background. And notice it's going in the selection. And since I know that I'm going to stay in one folder, I can just use the Control-click method to pick more. There, so now I have 3 pictures. And isn't that cute of Gramps and 2 kids?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And the roller coaster with the other grandmother. Oh, and I like this one. It's Cinderella's castle. All right, that's enough. In fact, I might not even be able to use all of those with the way I'm going to do this one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures, and I click collage. Or if you don't have this collage button, what do? Right, people write in your little chat box. What's the command if you don't have the collage button? What's the command on the menu?
I know, I know.
I'm not going to go forward until I see somebody write it in the chat box. You seen anything, Jim?
No.
Well, either the chat box has slowed down or nobody knows. I don't think that's true.
Maybe I have.
All right. I'll have to give you the answer. It's the Create menu and Picture Collage. It still works on the pictures that were selected. And here we go. But this time I don't want a mosaic. This time I want the picture pile because I want to do something kind of special. I want this Magic Kingdom to be the entire background. Instead of there just being a color background, I want to use that. So over here under Background Options, it's Use Image. I clicked on that image, I clicked Used Image, and now the entire background is that image. But look, here's the little guy still here. I can just remove that now that it is the whole background. Ah, there, some people said create. Very good. And then I just want a couple of these pictures down here at the bottom. Now there's another option that you have with, what am I doing here? Picture pile. With the picture pile style, you have this option of showing captions if you use the instant camera format. See what happened to this picture? When I choose instant camera format, it opened up a space at the bottom and it shows the caption. So I kind of like that. So I'll put that down there. This one doesn't really need its caption. And then I like that one. And I'm using this orange handle. You can make them bigger or smaller with that, and you can even angle them. So about like, and you can even push them off so they go off the edge. All right, and we'll put that one there. Notice how this one is covering up that one. Right click, move to bottom. You know, this is a pile of pictures. Some of them have to be on top. And I think that's all that we have room for. So I'm going to have to get rid of this one. Click on it, click remove. And there is my picture pile collage. Create collage. And it takes a minute. Oh, I see some more people signed in on the chat room. Hi, Jean. Jean Watson. Fred Sowerby. All right. So those were the two main types of collages, the picture pile and the mosaic. But there's lots more. And then I think Jim has a little tip he wants to show you. So Let me move over to him.
All right, is that working now? Well, anyway, yeah, what I have here and something that I can show you is you don't have to have a whole bunch of pictures. You can have just one picture and maybe some text, sort of just like what I just put over my face here. Can everybody see that? Okay. So the way I do that is I go to Picasa. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Yeah, I use Picasa. I was just messing around here with another collage, but I'll go away from that. So what I want to do is just have a sign. It's a Geeks on Tour sign, and I'll put that. So I'll just look for my files here where I have those signs.
Now I see a collage tab already
Oh,
on
let
your
me just close
screen.
that. That was the
You,
one I was doing with Seaside. So
yeah.
I'll just close that. I don't need that. Discard the changes. Okay, so what I want to do now is look in here and find the graphic that I want to use. It's just a picture. And it's this one right here. So I learned from Geeks on Tour. So I'll choose that picture. And then I'll go down here and I'll create a collage, or I can click on create and make picture collage here. So then I have that there. All I need to do is position it wherever I wanted and then create collage. If I want to have a certain size, I would use the drop down here, and if I wanted, so here's the custom size for a Facebook cover. So if I wanted this to be the Facebook cover, say for Geeks on Tour, I could put that there and then create collage. So it's going to be in the proper aspect ratio. Add a little bit of text on there and say geeksontour.tv and so www, so it looks more like that. I can size this now. Probably make it even a little bit bigger. That's about right. And then do a little bit more text over here. So sign up for our free e-newsletters. Okay, I can change the color, make it a nice green. All right, and then all I need to do is save that. Apply and save. Save changes. So now I will have a graphic. It's a collage with some picture and in the right places, in the right size, with the right colors. I have a document. It's a new document that I can use in here as a custom overlay. So
A new document? What do you mean new document?
A new picture, a new JPEG.
A JPEG. Yeah, that is actually a JPEG.
Picture. Right.
All right, and so just to reiterate, what did that have to do with collages? Where did collages fit into that?
Collages allowed me to create the picture and the text together in the places where I wanted it. That's what made that possible. So if I wanted to have a picture and I just chose the size for Facebook size, but it could be used as a Facebook title page.
Yeah, I still learn new things to do with Picasa Collages. People think that Picasa is just for managing your photos, but with the collage feature, it's almost a real image editor. The only thing it cannot do is cut out. Like, you can't cut out a person's profile. You're limited to rectangles.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing.
Well, there are times when I really want to cut. So then you have to go to something like Photoshop. But collages is where you can do creations with Picasa, not just making photos look better. Okay, you have anything else? And I think I still have time to show them a real quick face collage.
Oh, we love face collages because they're so cool.
Okay. The main thing about face collages, it's just they're so incredibly easy. So once again, I'm going to share my screen so I can show you Picasa rather than me talking to you. And here I am, back where I left off. I'm going to go back to library. And if you have used Picasa's face recognition feature, if you have that turned on, and we do have several videos on how to use that in our membership video library, but I let it define faces. All right. I seem to be just slightly hung up here. There we go. I wasn't hung up at all. I just had to click back to view all. That still gets me. All right, and people. And up to the top, and there's me. All you have to do is click this little button here. It says create photo collage. Boom. There's a collage of all 541 faces that it found. But that talk about a mess. No, thank you. I'm going to close and forget about that. Just because you can do a collage with all 541 instances of my face doesn't mean that you should. So I'm just going to select, and I'm going to select a really easy way by just dragging. So I'm just going to drag across a bunch of these, but not all of them. So now I just have, 20 or so selected. Now I click Photo Collage up here. That means all the commands up here have to do with this one group, the group under Chris Gould. All right. Now, and so there's a collage of my faces. That really is me when I was about 3, I think. But faces, I think, is a really good use of what's called the frame mosaic, meaning you put one face in the middle and the rest of them get placed all around it. And once again, it changes as you change the shape or grid. All right, and that is face collage. When I create collage, I now have a brand new picture that is a combination of all those other faces.
Wow, look at that. Cool.
Really?
All right.
Yeah. Okay. And if you should decide that you want to change it, what do you do? If I don't like that face collage, anybody want to give me an answer in the chat box?
Oh, I did it already.
You gave him the answer. Yeah. Edit collage, like that one in the... Whoa. When you're doing face collages, it's touchy about showing you either just the face or the entire picture that the face was taken from. And editing it seems to make it bounce back to the whole picture. So I'm not going to do that.
Well.
And when you're looking at faces, you can choose to have the whole picture by clicking in the upper right-hand corner, and that shows you the whole picture, or the one right next to it, which zooms into just the face on the picture. And the collage will be whatever you started with, but there is that one little, I guess it's a bug, that if you go to edit, it bounces back to showing the whole picture. Okay, anybody have any questions? This is it. We're going to wrap it up.
Well, we have a couple of places where there's a questions on the Hangout itself, on the Hangout watch page, and then there's a chat on the Geeks on Tour website. So that's a couple of people have been kind of confused, and it is confusing. So we should probably turn off that questions thing and just use the chat, and then everybody would just do it on Geeks on Tour. But
oh, you mean the
however you got there,
Q&A?
yeah, we turned that on. So if you have a question on there, we'll try and get into it. I see a few questions over here, but only the one: do collages transfer to send out cards? That was on the Q&A, and then over on the, I mean, that was on the chat. Over on the Q&A, let's see.
This Hangouts on Air is so amazing. I mean, it gives you literally a worldwide audience, and it can be seen in several different ways. So that's why I chose to embed the live video on a page on our website, and that's really the only link I gave out. But it's actually happening using YouTube in a Google Plus event. So if people happen to be on Google Plus and saw it, they can see it and view it there. I also experimented with embedding it on our Facebook page. So it's not using all the bandwidth just of our website. It can be in all these different places.
Okay, well,
And we're going to keep doing this because I like until we get it right. I like figuring it out.
It's a lot of fun to try and figure it out.
Meanwhile, I do want to show you one other thing then. After this is over, I'm going to go back. Let me show you my screen. On our website, geeksontour.tv. Oops, what did I do? That wasn't the way to. Yeah, I guess I got it.
You're sharing the wrong screen.
Okay, well, I wanted to share full screen, but then I guess I need to minimize that. There we go. Nope, I haven't done it yet. There and share, but then minimize that. All right, so what are you seeing? Is my screen okay now? All right. Yes. So on our Geeks on Tour forum, you go to Geeks on Tour, either .tv or .com, you will see Q&A forums. And on the Picasa forum, I've started a thread. So you go to our forums, click on Picasa, and I've started a thread that is talking about this webinar. So you click on Webinar on Making Collages with Picasa. And this is where I just discussed how the webinar is going to work. And then here's the link to that Picasa short course. You need to be a member in order to get into this, the collages and banners. It's about 40 minutes of 8 different tutorial videos on different topics within collages. But I'm going to continue this. Any of the links that I mentioned during this webinar, I'm going to put in a follow-up message to this. And if you have any questions that didn't get answered and you want to put them in here,
that's the best place to put them.
This is a good place to put them. If you are not a member and you would like to join, very easy. You just click right here, become a member. If you want one of our free newsletters, you can click on that one. And it is coming up on 45 minutes, and I think we're good.
Okay. Well, that sounds good to me. And we'll wrap it up now. I'm Jim.
And I'm Chris.
And we're Geeks on Tour. Thanks for watching. And we're out.
Oh, I need to stop broadcast.